Hey, what's up? It's been a really long time since I made a video. Bitch, get off me. This is Hazy. And I've been the portrait, we look pretty shit. It's been a really long time since I made a video. Part of that being because I have no idea what to say in a video. Most of that being because I have no subscribers. I've been watching a lot of David Dobrik videos for the past like 2-3 days, and I was like, wow, I would really love to be able to vlog like that. Instead of getting any good vlog content, I got my friend's dog masturbating. I'm gonna show you guys that right now. What's wrong with this dog?
Did you get it with her head first?
Alright, you're welcome. I don't have enough content throughout a day to make vlogs like he does. I'm literally just sitting down here and making this up as I go along. They're like perched up on my windowsill. This apartment, I just moved into this apartment by myself. It's literally like all window and cabinet space. There's a bedroom obviously and a living room, but it's all like cabinet space. So I was like, I'm just gonna do story times. So I always tend to get myself into really fucked up situations. I don't know how. It's usually not my fault. I don't know why it happens. I'm gonna tell you about the weirdest day I've ever had at work. All of my story times are gonna be really short. I'm gonna try and keep them short and sweet, not give you details that don't matter, give you short, point blank, to the point stories. This is one of the reasons I like David Dobrik videos so much, is because they're so short and my attention span is not that long. So we're gonna do the same for my story times. So I bartend in a bowling alley. I kind of just do everything, but usually I'll be found in the bar. Around maybe 7-ish o'clock, this guy comes in. He goes up to my boss and he asks at the front counter, do you guys have a bag check? It's a bowling alley. She obviously says no, says you can leave your bag up here if you want. He says no, I'd rather just keep it on my person, I guess. He ends up taking his bag and his jacket, putting it by our ATM and hiding his jacket over his bag. The black in me is like, are y'all not seeing this? Like, are we not gonna... I'm sketchy watching this dude like a fucking hawk because I don't want to die. I've heard a lot of stories about America and like bombings and shootings and stuff, and I'm really, really paranoid. And I feel like I should be. I feel like that's normal in light of some circumstances, some really unfortunate circumstances. And this isn't me trying to make a joke about it. I don't want to offend anyone, but I am genuinely really paranoid of something like that happening to me. I'm not originally from America. I was born and raised entirely in Germany, and America is still very foreign to me. This guy coming in with a backpack and hiding it under his jacket in the corner behind our ATM freaked me out. So I go about doing my job, but I'm still watching this dude. He ends up going over to my coworker because I think he sees me watching him, so he doesn't want to talk to me. He goes over to one of my coworkers and he asks my coworker, we have a line of condiments, you know, that you pump into like cups and stuff. And he asks my coworker for every type of sauce we have. He didn't order food. He didn't order anything. It's like McDonald's, you know, bitch, you want an extra sweet and sour? Give me 25 cents. What's up? My coworker is like weirded out by this dude and he's like, whatever, I'm just gonna give him all these sauces for free so he gets the fuck away from me. He pumps all the sauces into these like little souffle cups, hands them to the dude, and this dude says thank you, puts them out in front of him, lines them up on our counter, and he takes out this bandana from his pocket. So he unfolds the bandana and he has like all these different pennies, I think maybe quarters, I don't know, who knows. He's got a bunch of coins in this bandana, it's folded up, it's fucking weird. He takes a penny and dips it in one of the sauces, sucks off the sauce from the penny and puts it back in his bandana, picks out another penny, does the same for every sauce. When he's done, he puts all his pennies back into his little bandana, folds it up and puts it back into his pocket. Now we really gotta say something to this dude. He leaves the sauces in front of our counter, all mix matched, like he puts them neatly in front of the sauce condiment, like the dispenser. He mix matches them, like the barbecue sauce is in front of the honey mustard, the ranch is in front of the ketchup, etc. He walks off, leaves the cups there, and I look over like 10 or so minutes later and he's dancing, and there's no music playing because we have leagues that come in, which are people that take bowling very seriously. They like to concentrate and they like to very competitively play. This guy is dancing at the first lane to no music, and we're like, okay, whatever, maybe he's got headphones in or something. So a little bit later, I look over again. I haven't seen him bowl once. I don't know who he's with. Nobody knows who he's with. This lady's coming up to, she looks like frustrated or angry or upset about something. So she goes up to the front counter, talks to my manager, The next thing I see is my manager's girlfriend walking with this guy, and this guy is making like finger gun motions. I'm gonna shoot you, bitch, is what he's saying. Like, literally, I'm quoting him. I'm gonna shoot you, bitch. So I run to the back because I'm not about to get fucking shot at a bowling alley. And I have my phone in my hand because, like, if I have to call 911, a bitch will call 911. I come back out, like, 10 minutes later, he's gone. And my manager's girlfriend comes over to me and she's like, that lady that came up and complained said that he was over there just by himself talking on a phone. And when we went over to ask him, like, to leave because he wasn't actually bowling, we found out that he was talking on a credit card. He's gonna pop back up in my story later on, so don't you worry. But that's all that I have for him of that night. A couple hours later go by. Like I said, this was a really weird fucking day. This isn't a normal day where I work. Maybe 10 o'clock or so, this group of guys come in and they all smell like straight dank. I live in Colorado. It's completely normal to smell dank wherever you go. And they're all staring me down. So they come up and they ask for food from my coworker. I'm not on register. I was helping cook and I was helping clean tables. I try to ignore them as best as I can. It's not unusual for someone to stare at me. I've got a lot of tattoos. You don't typically see a lot of people with that many tattoos in a work environment like that. One of them ends up asking me for my number. I very clearly expressed that I don't want to give the student my number. He starts throwing $20 bills at me. Not like, you know, making it rain. He's chucking them at me. I'm like, excuse me, bitch? But I'm gonna keep him. I give him back all his money and he gives me another 20, just hands it to me. And I was like, is this like a tip or like, can I have this? And he goes, no, I want you to write your number. Why wouldn't you just give me a piece of paper? He goes on and says, I want you to know that I got money and I'm gonna treat you right and I'm gonna spoil you and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I literally told you at least 4 times at this point, I don't want to give you my number. He continues to try to get me to give him my number on this $20 bill. I end up literally just shoving it back in his face. At this point, I'm done being polite to him because he's not respecting no as an answer. He gets upset. I walk off to the other side of the snack bar. It's a long strip, and I kind of try to avoid him. Their food comes out and they start getting upset for no reason. Like, the food literally just came out and they're talking about, this is nasty and blah blah blah, this is cold, this has been sitting here. And we were like, you literally just watched us, or you watched my coworker put it up on the counter to be taken to you. I go to the back because, again, he's harassing me again, asking me for my number, telling me, at this point he's saying really vulgar things to me. He's talking about wanting to eat my, play with my, and at one point he tells me that he wants to take me home and make love to me, and I'm just really uncomfortable at this point, so I go to the back. Couple minutes later, I hear this loud yelling, and one of my coworkers comes to the back, and he's got food just all over him. I was like, what the fuck happened to you? And he's like, those guys threw their food and other people's food at us. And I was like, why? My other coworker comes out and he's covered in food as well. So I was like, did he throw food at you too? And he was like, yeah, they threw food all over the fucking snack bar. One of my coworkers was like, because we refused to go back and get you. And I was like, oh, you guys took some hot nacho cheese to the face for me? Come back out. And the police are there, and the guy is refusing to leave in front of the police. I'm still really uncomfortable, obviously, but I'm a nosy bitch. I gotta see what's going on. This guy is being handcuffed and trying to refuse being handcuffed. He's like wriggling around. Eventually he leaves. They didn't kick out his friends. No idea why, because they were just as bad as he was. They were letting this happen. Fast forward, that night ends. It was fucking terrible. The night ends. Next morning, I'm going into work, and who do I see in the same clothes, same hairstyle, standing on the corner in front of my job? It's the same old penny dude and his pennies. Then he gets arrested. I think they found out he was on meth, and he got detained and taken away. That's my story. That was the weirdest day that I've had at work so far. I've witnessed a dude come in shit-faced, throw up in his cowboy boot, then throw up in his, what are those hats called? Like the big tall cowboy hats. He had one of those too. He threw up in one of those, put his hat back on, put his shoe back on, vomit dripping all over his face and shoulders. I've seen a lot of weird stuff at my job, but that was probably the weirdest day. Thank you all for watching. I'm sorry the story time wasn't as cool as like a stalker video or like, anything Tana Mongoose comes up with. Thank you for watching. If you're still subscribed to me, you're awesome. I know it's been a while. I'm going to try and start making videos again regularly. Thanks for sticking by me. Subscribe. Give that like button a little boop. And I'll see you guys later.